ones look really nice as well. Almonds and berry, fruit, chocolate, lemon. What to choose? To start our day, we are having a quick breakfast at one of the coolest bakeries in the city of Vienna. We are here at Joseph Brot, which is an 100% organic bakery with a really cool minimalist interior in the center of Vienna. Having some of the best quality handcrafted bread in the city.
Bread with the schinken, the ham.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's, how's it called?
Beinschinken.
You know.
Like mozzarella?
Yes, the whole situation. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Like properly.
Thank you. You need some sugar?
No, not for me.
So I think we have to put these leaves of the tea here. All the way through. Oh, I really like the shape of these cups as well.
I'm having my ham little sandwich with horseradish and pickles. So let's do this.
Is it good? So I have here a Florentine quiche, which is with spinach and feta cheese. Ooh, so let me try. Oh, nice. There's some tomatoes inside. So there is also mushroom in here, I think. Really good. There is also some pieces of nuts in the quiche. So what do you think about the food?
I love the juxtaposition of the flavors and the textures.
Bullshit. And we are also having this garden tea, which is a mix of different herbs from the garden, as well as some rose petals.
It's super fresh. You literally have the herbs for the tea fresh in front of you. Plus, I feel already 100% healthier than the day before, before that.
The month before, the year before. Wow, this tea is delicious. And let me introduce you my friends, Claudia, aka Frau Mina. She lives here in Vienna, so she's gonna give us a tour around the city, or at least she will try. A little tip, after you finish your breakfast at the Joseph's Brot, you can come here to the top of the Albertina Museum, is that the name?
Yeah.
And you can have a very nice view of the square from up here, and it's for free. Wow, the architecture in Vienna is so beautiful.
You get this feeling of being inside a cake store or a wedding cake store when you are in the center of Vienna. It's the buildings that have this imperial look.
It's true, the buildings here are very ornate, but also it's usually like white, beige and light colors. If you really pay attention to it, it does resemble a little bit of a wedding cake. It's beautiful. For me, it's kind of like stereotypical Europe. On our way out, we passed in front of this beautiful big greenhouse. This is a restaurant, so I was like, okay, we have to pass by it and we have to check it out. So now we came here for a little drink. The interior of this place is really beautiful. It feels a little bit tropical, of course, because it's a greenhouse, so you see like some big palm trees, bamboo trees. There's lots of plants around.
I was always very impressed by it. I thought it was amazingly beautiful, and it still is.
Ooh, thank you. Wow. So I ordered here some hot chocolates with a little bit of a surprise here on the side. And what did you get from Mina?
I just got a gin and tonic. Cheers!
Cheers!
I'm so glad you're here.
So that's all we will be doing today, going from restaurants to restaurants, from cafe to cafe. And if you take some values from these tips that I'm gonna give you, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I'll be here in Vienna and other parts of the world as well. And I also post everything that I do on my stories on Instagram, so make sure to follow me on Instagram as well if you have the chance. Now we can spike it up a little bit. Oh, this is good. You wanna try a little bit?
There is some rum in there. Oh. I'm drunk, but feeling fabulous.
I just literally want to photograph every part of the place. It's so beautiful. And you can also visit the actual greenhouse here, where they have some butterflies and some tropical plants, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really impressed. This place is stunning.
This is a cafe inside the museum. This cafe is impressive, and later maybe you can show around how it is because it's just gorgeous.
Okay, I think this might be one of the most beautiful cafes I've visited in the last months. So I got here a nitro espresso martini, which is a cold brew coffee, Kahlua, vodka, and vanilla syrup.
And I got a typical Austrian wine, gemischter Satz, and let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Cheers. Or Prost.
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 Oh my god, I love this. See?
Really good. Wow, the taste of the coffee is quite strong. I hope I'm gonna be okay after this. Yeah, so Frau Mina lives in Vienna, and every time I come here she takes me to some of the best places in the city. So what do you think about living in Vienna?
It's very my aesthetic. I feel good here. I feel like a sense of belonging, even though I don't speak the language.
But you're learning.
The city is beautiful, the people are nice, and the wine, best thing in the world.
So this is the Kunst, Historisches Museum. Translated would be something like Art History Museum or the History of Art Museum, right?
The History of Art Museum.
The History of Art Museum. It's located right in the center of Vienna, in a beautiful square surrounded by beautiful palaces. This is also one thing I noticed here in Vienna. Like, there is just so many beautiful palaces. Everything seems very opulent and very glamorous here.
Exactly, and that's really the influence of the Habsburg, the imperial family who were living here, who, by the way, happened to be one of Mexico's emperors. So I think it was the only one. But I checked that out, and it comes from Vienna, right? Like this family, the Habsburgs. So Maximilian was living here in Vienna. He was sent to Mexico to rule as an emperor, but the Mexicans were not having it, so they killed him. And then the wife came back alone to Europe, and she went crazy because of all her experience in Mexico. She couldn't handle it. And they locked her up somewhere here in Europe. Like,
oh, wow.
She was mentally unstable after Mexico, so.
Okay, well. By the way, that's where she comes from. Café Adlerhof. This is the place you've been recommending, right?
Yes, we're gonna go inside and it's gonna be a whole new experience inside. It's gonna be cute.
I'm curious. Let's go. Place has a little bit of a vintage vibe, so you see lots of vintage furniture, lots of plants. Now I'm hungry, so let's see what they have in the menu here. So we got 2 Mezcal tonics. I love Mezcal, it's one of my favorite drinks. And I've never had it as a tonic actually, have you?
No.
First time?
Yeah, with the tonic, yeah, it's first time.
Cheers. It's okay. So what do you have there?
Beef tartare.
Wow. So you have a beef tartare with some capers and a croissant. And I have here a basil risotto with mushrooms. It smells really nice.
It does.
Go for it. It's good?
You have to try it.
Really? Okay, let me try a little piece.
Go for it. Yeah.
Ah, so that's mustard seeds.
This is mustard.
Really good. I must say I was a little apprehensive because beef tartare is made with raw meat, but it tastes really nice. Now let me know in the comments, would you try raw meat? Now let's go for the basil risotto. Can't wait. The taste of basil is very strong, and I'm really happy about that because I love basil. The mushroom is baked to perfection. It's really good. Kind of like, you know, if you're vegan or vegetarian, this would be a great dish because it kind of like substitutes meat. Wow. Basil with herbs and mushrooms. I love it. Good, right?
Very hormonal. Very herbal.
Very hormonal.
Very creamy.
It's really good.
Maybe it was a story.
Very creamy, vegan friendly. And mixed with the risotto, there is some pieces of roasted walnuts. Great. Location and foods, really good quality. The only thing I didn't like is that the waiters were quite pushy with the tips. And towards the end, they even added more to the tip than we actually asked for. Than we actually had to pay for. So
yeah.
That part I didn't like. So
they
if you're
were
planning,
pushy with the tip. They wanted to charge you immediately the tip.
Like without us even saying in advance, which is kind of rude if you think about it. If the service is good, we will leave tips anyway, but like, don't be so pushy about it, you know?
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. Let's continue our pilgrimage through the restaurants, bars and cafes of Vienna. What is the next stop?
25 hours.
25 hours. Let's see if they have like a nice cocktail there before we go for dinner. nearby there is a hotel called 24 Hours. And above the hotel there is a bar called the Dachboden. And it has an amazing view from the center of Vienna. We can see some of the main sites. We've been here once, a long time ago when I was in Vienna the last time. And the mescaritas were the best. So it's kind of like a margarita made of mezcal. And we decided to come here back again so we can try it. Oh.
Cheers! I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I have to try. Así muy padre. Thank you. Madre mía.
Thank you. We cannot come to Vienna without trying the classic Vienna schnitzel. This is a veal schnitzel with some cranberry sauce, herbal potatoes with a salad, lemon on top. That's the most classic Austrian dish you could ever ask for. Guten Appetit! Excellent. Okay, I think this was the highlight of the day. Even the potatoes are really good. The potatoes are somehow very creamy, and there is a little bit of a mix of savory and sweet.
So honestly, this is one of the best ones that I have tried because I have tried other ones that are very thin and not so fluffy, and this one is fluffy. And then you mix it with the cranberry sauce. Wow.
Delicious, so tender. If you're short in time in Vienna and you don't know what to do, I would recommend you coming to this place. Like if you just have like a choice of going to one place, come here because this is by far the highlight of the day. It has history, it has culture, it's delicious.